Hey, what's up, guys? You're here with Goran from Pickdawgz, and you are here for your free picks from Sunday, April 30th. Well, guys, as usual, we are gonna kick this video off with some of the EPL games where we have a few interesting matchups. We got a couple of great games in Bundesliga, a few games in LaLiga. Of course, we have some big matchups in Serie A, and then again, to finish this video, we have a few games from the French Ligue 1. If you want more free picks, guys, go to the Pickdawgz YouTube channel and check it out. And of course, stay tuned for that free parlay of the day video that we have for Sunday as well. It's gonna be up on YouTube as well, so check it out. Like I said, guys, we are gonna kick it off with the EPL. And the first game we have is between Fulham and Manchester City. After beating Arsenal last weekend, Manchester City is getting very, very close to the top of the table, and they hold all the cards right now. They are playing in an amazing form. They are scoring a lot of goals, and I believe that right now they are the biggest favorites to win the title because Arsenal has a very, very hard schedule ahead of them, and it's gonna be quite an interesting end of the season in the EPL. As far as Fulham goes, they're coming off of a loss. It was a 1-0 loss against Aston Villa on the road, but overall, before that, they have been playing well. They have been creating chances and scoring goals. I'm just not sure how much of that they can do here against Manchester City. Mitrovic still suspended, Kurzawa injured, and Willian injured as well, and that is definitely a huge blow for this team. And for that reason and a bunch of other reasons, guys, I'm gonna go with Manchester City to win and over 2.5 goals. It's minus 157. We can hardly ask for a better price when Manchester City is in question, so I'll take advantage of it and I'll do some shopping around for a better price if I can find it, but minus 157 is a decent price. In the next matchup in DPL, guys, we have Manchester United playing against Aston Villa, and I'm keeping this one fairly simple, guys. Two teams in solid form right now. Manchester United dropped a 2-0 lead against Tottenham midweek, and that game ended in a 2-2 draw. While Aston Villa is marching right now, marching towards the Europe, and they have beaten Fulham, like I said, 1-0 at home. Before that, they had a draw, but before that, they were on a huge, huge winning streak, and their form is absolutely amazing right now. So, in this game, guys, I'm gonna go with both teams to score at over 2.5 plus 100. I don't see either side keeping a clean sheet here, with the European spots being at stake. I think that both teams will go for the win here, and for that reason, guys, like I said, both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. Newcastle is hosting Southampton, guys, and Southampton is just pure old garbage. They lost another one against Bournemouth at home, 1-0, and they are still at the bottom of the table, sinking deeper and deeper, and their chances of staying in the league are getting smaller and smaller with every game. They haven't won any of their last 8 games, and they haven't won any of their last 4 games against Newcastle, who is coming off of two outstanding wins. One was 6-1 against Tottenham, and the other one was 4-1 against Everton this midweek. And I see that trend continuing here, guys. So I'm taking Newcastle to win and over 2.5 goals. It's minus 134, and this might be a great chance to put this game in a double with that Manchester City pick and get an outstanding plus money out of it. We are going to conclude EPL, guys, with this matchup between Liverpool and Tottenham. Once again, I'm going to keep this one simple. Both teams are scoring a lot of goals, and both teams are conceding a lot of goals. Head-to-head matchups have always been interesting, and both teams to score have hit in 5 of their last 5 games, while over 2.5 has hit in 4 of those 5 games as well. I think that it's very too much to ask either of these sides to keep a clean sheet. They definitely can't do it, but they still have a lot of offense to give. And this is going to be another game, guys, where I'm going with both teams to score at over 2.5. It's minus 132 right now. Do your shopping, see the other books, see if you can get a better price. But goals on both sides are the way to go in this match. We are shifting on to LaLiga, guys, now, and we have Villarreal playing against Celta Vigo. That should be a fairly interesting matchup between the two sides that have been playing a decent football as of late, especially Celta Vigo in that attacking end. And they're coming off of a win against Elche. It was 1-0. It was a hard-fought win. They got a goal like somewhere near the end of the game. While Villarreal on the other side is coming off of a nice 4-2 win against Espanyol. Villarreal has, I would say, a little bit more offense and defense in this matchup, but with the way Celta Vigo has been playing as of late, I just don't see Villarreal keeping a clean sheet here, guys. So in this matchup, I'm gonna go with both teams to score -130. If I had to pick a side, it would be Villarreal at home, simply because they have been solid at home and they're coming off of a nice performance against Espanyol. But then again, Celta Vigo has been proving that they can't really be written out. So instead of choosing a side, I'm gonna go with both teams to score. The second game in LaLiga that we have is between Villarreal, Valladolid and Atletico Madrid. Sorry. This potentially could be a very interesting game. Valladolid still in a bit of a danger of getting into the relegation zone, but they have had a decent spell. They had a couple of wins and a draw, which was very, very precious for them. And with those points, they gained a little bit of a distance and relieved a little bit of a pressure. While Atletico Madrid on the other side is in that third place in Spain right now behind Barcelona and Real Madrid. But they are playing really well and they are once again back on the winning track after beating Mallorca 3-1 last weekend. As far as this game goes, guys, I'm gonna go with Atletico Madrid on the money line. As you can see, the price is now -177. It kind of varies, depends on the book, but you might be able to get a little bit better price as we approach the game time. But Atletico Madrid is pretty much the only way I would go here, and that is simply on the money line. I'm not adding goals or anything like that, and I might actually put it in a double with something else. Now it's time to move to Bundesliga, guys, and we have Bayern Munich looking to get back on the winning track against Hertha Berlin, and there is a lot at stake in this game. Hertha Berlin is fighting for their survival in Bundesliga, and they're not doing that good of a job. They're now in 18th place, which is the bottom of the table with 22 points, and the nearest safe spot is now 6 points away. As far as Bayern Munich goes, they are fighting for the top of the table, and luckily for them, Borussia Dortmund dropped points again on Friday. That game ended in a 1-1 draw, and potentially with a win here, Bayern Munich will take the top of the table once again, and they will once again be dependent only on themselves to win the title. Bayern is still the team to beat in Bundesliga, and yes, they have been struggling quite a lot on both ends. They were making a lot of mistakes on that defensive end. They were having problems with scoring goals, and it simply wasn't working out for them. But this is a game that they have to win. They haven't won a game. They haven't won any of their last 4 games, but Hertha Berlin hasn't been that successful against them, especially on the road. So I'm gonna give Bayern the benefit of the doubt here, and I'm going with Bayern to win at over 3.5 goals, -134. Uh, the first half total might actually be worth a look here, guys, but as of right now, I'm sticking to Bayern to win at over 3.5 goals. The second game of the day in Bundesliga is between Wolfsburg and Mainz, and this is the matchup between two teams in a solid form, especially Mainz, who is undefeated in their last 11 games or so. They have been scoring goals. They have scored at least a goal in each of those games that they were undefeated, and they have also been conceding goals. They have conceded at least a goal in their last 6 games in a row, and I think that Wolfsburg at home will definitely know how to take advantage of that. Wolfsburg is coming off of a nice performance against Bochum, which they beat 5-1 on the road, and they still have a sliver of hope that they can qualify for Europe, but it's gonna be a hard task to accomplish, guys. But as far as this game goes, I gotta go with both teams to score. It's -152, and that's pretty much as far as I'm willing to push this game, because I could potentially see a 1-1 result here, and I think that's something that we're looking at here at the draw or something like that. But I definitely see at least a goal on each side with these two teams playing in such a good form. Now we are moving on to the Italian Serie A, guys, and the opening game of the day is a big one between Inter and Lazio. Lazio surprisingly lost in their last game, and that was against Torino at home. It was 1-0. while Inter is now on a 3-game streak without a loss, and they are on a 2-game winning streak. They have beaten Empoli and they have beaten Juventus in Coppa Italia this midweek. But I believe that maybe not empty. They could potentially be a little bit drained emotionally and physically because of that hard game against Juventus. And this is potentially a chance for the Lazio to get back on the winning track, or at least on the positive track, and to keep that Champions League spot they are on right now. So I'm gonna take Lazio on the double chance in this one at plus 106, guys. We are getting nice plus money on the pick that is gonna get us covered in 2 out of possible 3 outcomes. So I'm gonna give Lazio a chance here, and I'm gonna take them on the double chance. The next matchup that was originally supposed to be on Saturday, guys, is between Napoli and Salernitana, and Napoli is once again marching towards the title, and they are facing this team who is undefeated in their last 8 or 9 games in a row, and they have had a lot of draws during that stretch. But Salernitana is also coming off of a nice win against Sassuolo 3-0 at home. With that win, Salernitana, I believe, has secured their Serie A spot, and I think that because of that, this is going to be all Napoli in this game. Potentially with this win and the win in the next game, Napoli can secure the title, and they will be carried by thousands and thousands of their fans, and it's going to be a fantastic atmosphere at Diego Armando Maradona Stadium in Naples, and for that reason, guys, I see Napoli getting the win. So I'm taking Napoli to win at over 2.5 goals. Minus 136, the price is pretty solid, and I will take it because I do expect a blowout win from Napoli here. And the last game of the day is Serie A, guys, is between Bologna and Juventus. This has a very good chance to be quite an interesting game because Juventus hasn't won any of their last 4 games, and luckily for them, they were given those 15 points back that they were deducted. Even though it's only temporary, they are at the Champions League spot right now, and that's all that matters to them. But Bologna on the other side, I think that they have a decent chance of getting the positive result out of this game, and they have been playing some solid football. They have been scoring some goals. And even though I would say that Europe is out of their reach, they would definitely like to finish the season in the top half of the table. With Juventus being in a sloppy form, especially defensively, I do expect Bologna to get to the scoreboard and make that a little bit extra effort to get to the scoreboard, while keeping a clean sheet against Juventus, who I get it, it's playing poorly right now, but this is still Juventus, one of the best teams in Italy, and that's why I'm gonna go with both teams to score here, guys. It's plus 104, an outstanding price on 2 teams that are struggling right now, especially Juventus. But definitely that streak has to end at some point, and who knows, it might as well be here against Bologna. Now we are shifting on to League One, guys, and I have 3 picks for you, starting off with Monaco and Montpellier, which potentially should be an interesting game. It's a 7 a.m. matchup, and after that ass whooping that Monaco suffered against Lens last week, they will definitely look to bounce back and to kind of keep their chances of qualifying for the Champions League alive. The only way they can do that is by beating Montpellier here. Montpellier is safe from the relegation. They are far away from the Europa League, and they will remain in that probably 13th or 12th place to finish the season. But offensively, they have been doing a decent job, and they have been scoring a lot of goals, but they have also been conceding a lot of goals. And I do think that Monaco has what it takes to bounce back here and get back on the winning track. They are mostly healthy, and all of their best players will be available for this game. So I'm gonna go with Monaco to win at over 2.5 goals. It's plus 104. I I don't know if they could see the goal, that will kind of make our job a bit easier here. But I definitely see Monaco outscoring Montpellier in this matchup. PSG is hosting Lorient in this game, and I believe that potentially with a win here, they will secure the title, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure how many games are left in the season. Let me do a quick check on that, guys. But So there's 32 games played and there are 36 in total. So 4 games left, and they now have 8 point advantage over Marseille. And I believe that with a win here, PSG will secure that title. And once again, they are on a 3 game winning streak, playing against the team that has been struggling a lot, which means that we have to dig deep to get value out of this pick. And I decided to go with the player prop here. I'm gonna take Mbappe to score 2+ goals, guys. It's plus 140. He's been playing a decent football. Messi has been nice in that role of an assistant, and both of those players will be in the starting lineup here once again. So I'm taking Mbappe to score 2+ goals at plus 140. And the last game of this video, guys, is gonna be between Marseille and Auxerre. Marseille has beaten, I'm not sure who they were playing against in their last game, but they did get a win, and they are now on a 2 game winning streak. Oh, they have beaten Lyon on the road 2-1. And they are now on a 2 game winning streak, like I said, undefeated in their last 7 games. And they're facing this very solid team, solid Auxerre team, the team that hasn't lost any of their last 4 games, and they have been doing a decent job in that attacking end by scoring at least a goal in each of those 4 games, and they've also kept a couple of clean sheets. So they're not to be taken lightly, and I'm pretty sure that Marseille will not make that mistake. But Auxerre hasn't won any of their last 3 games against Marseille. But I do believe that they will create a decent amount of chances here and have a few shots on target as well. And for that reason, guys, instead of choosing a side or goals, I decided to go with over 8.5 shots on target combined between the two teams. It's minus 150. Over 9.5 shots is a little bit better price, but I'm gonna draw the line at 8.5 and simply take this minus 150 as my pick for this game. That's it, guys. Thank you for joining me here. These were free picks for Sunday. We have that free parlay video of the day up on the Pickdawgz YouTube channel as well. And if you want my best bets, click the link in the description and see if you like anything on my page and see if you like to sign up. That's it, guys. Have a great Sunday. Good luck with your bets, and I'll see you soon at more free picks.